Good afternoon. Happy Monday, June 27th. We're almost done with the month of June. Whew, my hair is a little weird today. My hair does whatever it wants to do. I just kind of try and train it, but it does whatever it wants to do. I hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Kansas City. The heat wave has left us. Hi, Carol. The heat has left us, and we've had a gorgeous couple of days to be outside, spending a lot of time at the grandson's ball game and sitting out on our porch and eating out on the patios. So it's been gorgeous. I love it when the weather's like this. Today we're going to make a card using some of the products coming out beginning on Friday, right? Is the first. So let me bring my camera over here. It's kind of in my way, my face there, but it'll be okay. So on Friday, these products will be available to order. And they've just been sitting in a box, and I have been very anxious to play with them. So I thought, it's even though the products are out of the holiday mini, I thought I would make a card that really isn't holiday. I mean, I did kind of make it about the 4th of July, but because that's coming up next week, so I thought it would be fun to have a sky full of fireworks for this card. So what I used from the Holiday Mini, which if you're a customer of mine, you should have gotten one. And if you didn't, please let me know and I can get one out to you. But beginning on Friday the 1st, you can order out of the catalog, and the catalog will also be live online, so you can see all the products. And then also going live for the month of July and August is the celebration. So for every $50 to $100 order that you place, you can order a product out of the celebration catalog, which is what I have used one of the products on my card today. So the stamps that I'm using is the Trees for Sale, and I haven't made a cheat sheet for these dies. But in the celebration catalog, and it'd be easier if I could show you a picture, but I can't until Friday, there is a set of dies that you can earn for free that coordinate with this stamp set. They go gorgeous by themselves, however, but the dies work perfectly for the trees and the little dog. Is there a light? Yes, you can cut out the string of lights. So perfect coordination of products. The paper I'm using is a Hostess Rewards pack, and I love it. It's called Celebrate. Let's see, I wrote everything down. Celebrate Everything DSP. It's 12 by 12, and there are 48 sheets. Look at that. This will take you through Christmas and beyond. There's another New Year's or 4th of July. Look at the fun snow. I would use that in a snowflake. I almost used it on my card today. I kind of liked that pattern. There's some polka dots. 48 double-sided sheets. Look at this. So cute. This is the pattern I used today. So not necessarily holiday, something you can use all year long. The leaves. Anyway, this can be free when your order totals $150. Not free, I apologize. You get it at discounted rate. When your order totals $150 or more, you can order this pack of paper for $18. So, or if you get some friends together and place a big order, you can get that pack of paper as one of your hostess rewards. Something to keep in mind, because that'd be a nice little set to even divide up with friends. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Laura. Vicki loves the camper die. The fireworks in the sky are the perfect touch. Well, I'm thinking 4th of July, so that's why I threw them up there in my card today. And I'm using several dies along with my card that isn't really necessary, but I had them, so I used them. I'm using the layering diorama, and you'll see what I did with that. I could use the largest one, and I'm going to use that for kind of my mountains or my hills here. But you could just freehand that and cut out your hills. But I had these, so I used them. And then for my hello tag, I used one of the, I always forget what these are called. They are called the Stylish Shapes dies. I used the smallest little tag, which you could just cut a little 1/2-inch piece of paper and flag the ends and get the same look. But I had them, so I used them. All right, to start the card, I've got an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of basic white cardstock. It's a thick cardstock, and I've scored it in the middle at 4 1/4 and folded it in half. And before we do that, I cut my designer series paper 4 by 4. That way I can get, how many would I get? 4, 8, 12. I'd get 3, 6, 9 of these cards if I wanted to make that many. I could make 9 cards with one piece of 12 by 12 paper. So if you wanted to send a bunch of 4th of July cards out or holiday cards out, because then when I put my mountains on here, it's going to fill the space. So that's why I preserve my designer series paper. Always think about that, how you can preserve and get the most out of your 12 by 12. So keep that in mind when you're designing your cards. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere my hills or mountains, whatever they are, on here. And this is Smoky Slate. So I'm just going to take a little, I'm just going to do this at the bottom. A little of my multi-purpose liquid glue. And then I want to make sure that I'm not cutting it too short, so I'm going to kind of just lay that on my card front. And there we go. So now I've got that, and it looks weird, but we're going to trim it down. You could probably use scissors, but I'm going to use my paper trimmer. Hi, Loopy. So I'm just going to trim off this excess off the edge. Like I said, I could probably use my scissors. And I want this part to be 5 1/4. So once I get my straight edge here, I can place it up top. And then this is just a scrap. That would be you could use that as another hill on another card. if you save your scraps. Sometimes I do. Sometimes my scrap pile gets too big, so I have to kind of get rid of them. I think I'm done with the trimmer now. So that is how I did that to just conserve paper. I could have filled my card front with the designer series paper, but I wanted to save my paper. So now we can put this on the card front. And I thought this was really appropriate card to make with the little camper, because a lot of people are camping now. It's summertime. It's a good time to, people are vacationing. And I just wanted to show that you do not have to use this set as a holiday only set. All right, I went ahead and cut out my, let's go ahead and stamp our trees. I have a 3x6" piece of basic white, and I'm using 3 types of green, or 3 colors of green for my trees. I'm using Old Olive, Pear Pizzazz, and then some shaded spruce. So I took 3 greens. And for my larger tree, I'm going to use the I'm using this image, and this image, and then these little second generation images. I think that's maybe a word I just made up. I'm going to have my top tree be the Old Olive, or one of my trees. These solid stamps you want to make sure are very inked up, or use your Stamparatus. And then I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz for my medium-sized tree. I feel like Goldilocks here. Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive are really close, aren't they? I think one's just more subtle than the other one. And then I'm using the shaded spruce for this little guy. And then I'm going to take these images, and since they'll be the second coat of ink, would that be the right word? They're going to show up a little darker. So I just put a little Old Olive over top, and see how it just kind of adds that dimension for you. And then the Pear Pizzazz will do the same thing. Carol says, someone said stamp in Versamark first, then color ink first time for bold stamps. I've heard that too, that it helps kind of season them to accept the ink real well. So there you can see the shadowing. Makes it look a little bit more dimensional. And then we're going to cut these out. You can see I was playing with ink this morning. I've got it all over my hands. And it worked for you. Good, Carol. That's a good tip. So Carol's saying when you get, correct me if I'm wrong, Carol, when you get a solid stamp like this, the first time before you use it to put it in some Versamark ink, and then the color ink, and then stamp, and that will help get a full coverage. Because I've heard that too, so that's a good tip. All right, now we're going to cut these out with our little mini machine. I love it when there's dies, don't you? Fussy cutting's not bad, but I just love it so much better when there's a die. And I had some, I thought I had some tape here. Here it is. Since I've stamped these, I'm going to go ahead and tape these down with some washi tape so it doesn't, I've got ink all over me. I was playing in ink this morning. trying to come up with what color of green I wanted to use for these trees. Whoops. What are y'all's plans for the 4th? Are you getting together with friends or family or doing anything special? It's kind of weird. It's on a Monday this year. We're going to drive down and visit my daughter at her new home. You know, they just moved, so Mom's going to come down and make sure that it's copacetic, that my grandchildren are in a good place. Hi, Susan. So here's our 3 trees. So cute. The little 3 bear trees. And I went ahead and cut out the little camper. And out of Pacific Point, I pulled the Pacific Point right off of the paper. And then they even have the little dies to glue on your, build your camper. So I cut those out of silver foil paper. Isn't this camper cute, Susan? Susan says she loves this camper. It's so retro, right? It just brings you back to a simpler time. My granddaughter and I should post a picture later. We made these really cute. She was here for a few hours on Saturday. She's 6. And she always wants to do a craft. I think I'm known as the craft grandma. Anyway, so I had to come up with the craft real quick. And you know, Pinterest is great for that. So we made these little coffee filter butterflies. And she went to town and made 4 of them. Okay, then I wanted to have an alternate color in the background of my camper. Now, we could have just cut another camper out of a different color, and the little window would have, I should have saved them. I threw them out. But it would have sat right in there, the rectangle and the little circle. But since I popped my camper up, I just went ahead and cut a scrap of crushed curry, and that's another color that I pulled out of the paper. Oops. My sample camper I did in Pool Party. That was the first thing I did, was make the camper, and I just thought, what color should my camper be? And then I thought, you know, I think a Pacific Point would stand out a little better, especially since some of the fireworks are in the Pacific Point color. So I just did that. So it looks like the lights are on inside. And then there's also a die for a little curtain. You can see the little window curtain there. So I did that out of the polished pink cardstock that's also in the paper. We are almost done with this card. I wanted to put the little puppy on here, but it wouldn't really fit and look good, so I just put the sentiment tag on my card, but that little puppy would have been cute. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is, I didn't do it on this one, I should have, and I meant to. I'm going to take the, this is the little camper die, And I'm going to cut a little bit out so that I can put a black tire there. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take a strip of basic black. And before we do that, why don't we do our tag and then we can cut it all out at the same time. Because this is the strip I was going to use. So I'm going to use Versamark and some white embossing powder on that. Here's my little embossing buddy. And some Versamark. Oh, and I needed a tiny little sentiment. So here's another stamp set from the Holiday Mini coming out. I love this because I love wreaths, especially in the fall. So I'll have some fun cards to make with this. But it has Boo, Merry Christmas, Grateful, and Hello. So you've got all year round, right? And it also comes with coordinating wreath dies. So on Friday, you can see this live online, or if you have the catalog, it's in there. I should have written the page numbers down. So I'm using the little hello greeting from that stamp set. I'm going to put it down here because I want to the wreath, the Cottage wreaths is your favorite, Susan? I love wreaths. And Stampin' Up! Always seems to keep us supplied with them. I'm looking for my coffee filter. Here we go. And I've got a little Versamark right there. Okay. Hopefully I didn't wait too long and it's dry. I got a little crazy with the stuff. So let's brush this off. There we go. Now I just want a little tire, so I'm going to cut this much off of here. And let's heat this up. I apologize for the noise. Then we can cut our tire out and our tag out at the same time. Susan says she loves the camper. I do too. I am so hoping that it's one of those special surprises and Stampin' Up! Ends up carrying it over into a new catalog. Right now, you can get it for free. Well, starting Friday, you can get it for free. I think it's with a $100 order, because of all of those dies. It's a celebration item. Look at all those dies. So, keep an eye out for that. Remember that. All right, and then I'm going to cut out the little tire using if you're like me, it doesn't take long to get a $100 order together. Oh, I just ordered all my holiday that I want for the holiday at once, and I still want more. So I love this new Holiday Mini catalog. I have not been this excited about a catalog in a long, long time. So Stampin' Up! Did good this time, in my opinion. Okay, there's going to be our little tire. So here is, I'm going to cut it right on that line and put a little glue. I suppose this isn't really necessary, it's kind of optional, but the tire has a little tread on it even. You probably can't see it in the camera. There we go. So the little, I think that adds a little something something. I don't know. Didn't take very long. Okay, now we're going to put it together. I am going to set my camper on here, and I'm using Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to be careful up here, this top corner, because I want to tuck my trees down in there. So I think I'm just going to do that. Whoops. I don't think my camper's going anywhere. I have to remember to leave a little space for my tag. Let's go ahead and put that on first. There we go. And the big tree, I just kind of glued in the back with just some adhesive, just flat right on top. And then these other two I popped up with the dimensionals. Hi, Mary. Thank you. Okay, that's the card. We're camping out and the fireworks are going off. Wouldn't that be fun? If it was someplace cool with no bugs. That would be fun to take your camper out into the wilderness and then see the fireworks. So anyway, I will have this all on my blog later, and the replay of today's video will be on YouTube, The Plaid Poodle. Go to youtube.com/theplaidpoodle. And tomorrow I'm saying a lot, I'm sorry. Tomorrow is Tuesday, the free Tuesday tutorial. So if you're on my mailing list, you'll be getting another free tutorial tomorrow. If you're not, go to my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, and you can there's a place that says, yes, I want ideas, I think, or something, and just put your email in there, and you will get the tutorial tomorrow. That usually sends out like at 5 in the morning Central Time or 6. So it'll be another cute card or project. I think that's all. Remember, Thursday, I'll be back Wednesday for Coffee and a Card at 2 p.m. Central, but Thursday is the last day to order out of the retiring products out of the mini catalog. A lot of them are deeply discounted, so if you go to leslie.stampinup.net and then click on Last Chance or Retiring Products, it's a real big banner at the top. You can go and see all the products that are left, that are remaining, and the prices for those. I think that's all the news. That's all the news. Oh, also the kits. Buy one, get one right now. If you go to leslie.stampinup.net, click on the products and click on kits, you can buy a kit, get another kit for half price, and that goes away on Thursday. Thursday's the last day to take advantage of that. So I think that's it. I'm trying to plan another live event. I don't think it's going to happen in July. I really wanted it to, but there's just a lot going on in July. My nephew in Canada is getting married, so we're going to travel up there, and I just can't find a date that's going to work. So probably in August we'll be doing a live event. So I'll get that information out as soon as I can for those of you who are local to me. I'd love to see you in person. It's always so fun to craft with you. So that's all. That's all the news. That's all, folks. So have a good afternoon. Have a good week, and I will see you Wednesday.